Hey, what's up everybody? Today we'll tie my favorite color pattern and my most productive fly of 2023, and it's gonna be the little perch color with the rattle inside, tied on a stinger rig, 4-aught trout predator, and this is a large rattle from Hareline, but we're gonna tie this one in with the medium. I like to change things up sometimes, just a little different noise in the water. So we'll start off with some fluorescent yellow Bucktail. Take a decent clump for the back. I absolutely love this color. Honestly, I could fish with this all day, every day, and know I'm gonna catch some fish. Alright, little clump, clean that clump up. Just want to go a little past the fastach. Cut the excess. Oop, fell I spin the thread. One, two, put your thumb. All the way around. All the way around. Pull down straight. Nice and flared. Let's come up just a little bit. And then we'll cut the excess. I fished this pattern in a lot of different situations. It's deep water, 15, 20 feet of water, or if I'm fishing in the shallows with a slow-mo line. This thing is crazy. And you can fish it with different tails too, you'll have different actions. But I've been liking the saddle tails and the double tails a lot actually. But I also fish the dragons a lot. We just get a linear retrieve. So we'll get some this is some Chartreuse mirage flashabou. This might be a little too much. Then taper the ends. Tie half a top, half a bottom. I like the top clump to be a little longer than the bottom clump. 1, 2, 3. Your thumb. Evenly around. And then bring your thread forward past your little bucktail ball you made. Hair clips. Turn it around. Try and get a half around the shank. 2 or 3 wraps, and then I like to take my index and my thumb, spread it both ways around. And then with GSP sometimes doesn't want to come up, it's slippery. And then do the same on the bottom. There you go. Done with this. Just put a little bit of glue. I'll show you guys how to put the rattle. I've been seeing so much shit online, man. Like, I think it's the after Christmas time you start seeing some random shit everywhere. Where he's getting new vices or first time vice. Anyways, so we'll take the rattle, and there's that little piece to tie it on. You don't need that. It's just gonna take more space. So I cut it with some nippers. Then you'll end up with this. If you tie this directly on, it'll slip. It's kind of hard to get on. So just take a little piece of 2mm foam, the same length as your rattle, I will come place it underneath. And then take a couple loose wraps all the way back. And then what we're gonna do, put the rattle right there, and that rattle will cinch down inside that foam. So it will not move, so you don't need that extra little tag end piece. Need to place it in. I've been fishing with rattles for a while, and honestly, these are the best rattles. They don't break, and once they're in, they don't move. You can catch a shit ton of fish on these. So see it, just a couple wraps, and it doesn't move because it's inside that that foam. So we'll do the body of it. We'll do in a red, I think, this time. You got a little bit of like a bloody feeling for it. So polar reflector flash in red. Bring your thread back. Tie this in. Then bring your thread forward in front of that rattle. You want to get this with your hair clamp, and then you'll put some glue. Be generous with this, but so you know it's never gonna move. I've had flies I've caught over 30-40 fish with them, and rattles are still in. It never moved. I really like that technique with the foam. Same thing with the body tubing heads. Put some foam so that body tubing really goes down into the foam. So we'll let this dry, and then be right back. Alright, our glue is dried. Oh. Little tip. Back in. And then let's wrap the chenille over the rattle. Stroke back all the fibers on every turn. You don't have to put too much of this because this is pretty, polar reflector flash is pretty thick. Come forward, tie it off. Alright, even the cell. Alright. Brush it out. Perfect. Now we'll do a front step. Bucktail, same color. Fluorescent yellow. So we'll do a reverse tie, but not a full reverse tie. Show you. I don't want a big bulky profile on these. Some of them I just tie deceiver style as well. If you want a less bulky profile, I want a half-half. Measure it, cut it up, twist that thread. Careful, because it could be annoying with the bulk of the rattle behind, especially with the large ones. This is not as bad, but even around, pull down. and then move your thread forward. You want to leave, I don't know, 1-2 millimeters, and then bring your thread back. And now we're gonna like this better. Just found this. I use this a lot. Bigger clumps it's fine, but for the smaller ones I like this. So we're gonna reverse this. And then push all the fibers back. And spin your thread while you're doing that. We really want this thread to cinch in just that little space that we created. 1, 2, and then pull hard. So you get a decent little flare, but it's not as bulky as a reverse die. And I want this head to be nice and flat, so the eyes are going to be like super close together. Get those kicking actions going, so you want to leave some space here so you can really glue them eyes and use your resin to push them in. Put some glue. You can add flash here if you want, if you like a lot of flash, or doesn't really matter, because we'll be covering this with Nightmare Musky Flies tied and dubbing. I've already made my 2 bunches, so we're going to do olive up top and orange at the bottom. But I'll show you what I do. There's this like weird underfur in these that I don't want. All this stuff, don't want it. So you brush them out. Same thing with the orange. Pinch really hard with your index and thumb, and then see, pinch it again. Alright, now it's cleaned up. We got 2 nice bunches. What's this one called? I think it's called the UV Rainbow. Let me check. Yeah, olive rainbow trout UV. Get the mid packs. And then the orange one is called fluorescent orange. You can finish this fly with some yellow as well. You can do chartreuse at the bottom. This is what like a chartreuse version will look like. A little less flashier than that orange, but this orange belly I absolutely love. All right. Don't put your dubbing too close to the eye of your hook. And then we'll do half-half, so olive on top. Two loose wraps, see if you got half. We do. And then the orange at the bottom. You got it, we do. And you can cinch down hard. And then if you're too far from your hook, you can just apply more wraps and go forward a little bit. And then this should be good. So fold the top, go around, bottom, then finish with a couple wraps. Hair clamp, whip finish. Cat brush. Then you can do the same thing with your hair comb. And what I like to do is taper the fly like I want it, and then put the hair clip behind. Don't put it in front here. So you still want a little bit of volume. So I like to put it behind like this. And then we'll get the eyes. I'm gonna put on this one. We'll just go with the reds. Got some 12 millimeter, what do you call, fire. And some gel super glue. Don't use the liquid for this. It dries way too fast. If you don't place them right, it can make your dubbing very hard, and then you can't do anything about it. Do this. Press hard with your thumb, and then pull with your index finger on the eye of the hook. You're there for a couple seconds. You want a small head on these. Perfect. Flip it over, do the other side. I always like to put the eye of the hook perfectly at eye level, and then you know you're getting that right in the center. You're gonna put your eye perfectly placed in the center. All right. Glue. All right, UV resin. Loosen it up. If you're starting with the top, then put it at an angle like this. So when you apply your resin, I mean, I'm using medium, so it's not too bad, but if you only have the thin resins, then it's gonna have tendency to leak if you have it straight up. So just wet the dubbing a little bit. Solarez Medium. I always start with the top. I don't know, you can start with the bottom too, it doesn't really matter. Apply a generous coat and then let it kind of sit in so it's perfectly flat. That's why you want to wet that dubbing too, if not you'll get bumps on your resin. It won't look as nice. It's pretty good here. Cure this. Then same thing for the bottom. You want to angle it this way. Turn it around. So if you put too much, it's going to leak backwards and not in the eye. You can brush this back. Wet it. So it's perfectly flat. There's no excess dubbing sticking out. Sometimes you get some in your mouth, but hey. Alright, bubbles go away. Bubbles go away. Okay. And while talking about the bubbles, okay, perfect. Same thing with the bottom. Just go right on the edge of those eyes. And then let it sit in. That's the advantage of that medium. It doesn't leak to it, you know, like it doesn't move a lot, so you got time. You can also adjust how you want, I don't know if you guys can see it, how you want your head to look. Try and get the same as the top. And the next steps, we'll go sideways, we'll cover the eyes. these things will last a long time. I don't understand people that just put glue. I mean, you know, first fish, that thing's gone 100%. Just want to go a little bit on that dubbing past the eyes and then cover the eyes. Not too much, just with a thin layer so it connects to the top and to the bottom, so you got a nice hard finish everywhere. Nice. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing the other way. And then I'll show you how I add my stripes on the fly. I make it look like a perch, or same thing here. Alright, don't take the hair clamp off. And then take a marker. It's gonna be a paint marker. Do black. So I like to keep the clamp on. Grab it with your thumb and your index, and then start putting stripes. With the paint marker, it's really easy. You just gotta touch it, and that paint just really goes in, and it doesn't go away in the water. It will last quite a while as well. Let's do 3 on this one. Go, oh shit. Go up to the back. Flip it around. Same thing, you can just take your thumb and your index and go back down. So you just gotta, you know, touch it. Little bumps. You don't need to actually do this and paint, you know. Then let it dry. Don't touch it for a couple minutes. You'll get that paint all over. There you go. There's a finished product. You can put whatever tail you want on there. It's got that little rattle. Hopefully you guys can hear that compared to this. So it's the same exact fly, same head, but just different rattles. And I'll have some of these with the large rattle, medium rattle. I'll make some with no rattle, and I'll make some suspending ones, which I really like. I have one here. It's a different color. Love this color too. So it's got a popper head, but this one has a popper head and a rattle underneath as well. So this is more of a slow sink, but you can fish it on a slow-mo line, and you can fish in 30 centimeters of water with this thing, and it suspends very, very nicely with a slow-mo line. And then you can also fish these on sinking lines. They'll just suspend nicely and not go as deep. It'll be a nice straight line swim. Won't go up and down. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this tie. Try them out, and whenever you try them out, you can also send me some pictures on my Instagram, same name, ODM Flies, and see what you guys can do. Hope you enjoyed. See ya.